Then you come to LA and it's just like nothing. It's just like nothing. I moved out with a couple friends and we had a really bad apartment and zero money. Like I'm talking like, you know, $8 in the checking account. Couldn't even get like a job, like washing dishes at first, you know? So the thought when I first got here, it was just like, oh yeah, an agent is just a million miles away. I remember I did get an audition for Quiznos to be an onion on one of their subs. You know Quiznos,
okay,
right?
nice. Yeah, sure. Like,
you know that
I don't eat it often, but I know it.
Not sure that there's still that many around, but you remember they oven toasted their subs. That's like
oven
that was
toasted
their big
sandwiches.
Thing.
Yep.
And they had a commercial that wanted actors to portray various vegetables and meats and cheeses,
like Fruit of the Loom.
Like underwear. Fruit of the Loom, exactly.
But for sandwiches.
But the sandwiches, and then the twist, of course, is once the sandwiches start cooking, you have to start dancing and screaming and doing all kinds of funny stuff. And I auditioned for this, and I got a call back, and I was very excited. And then they went a different direction, and that was my one audition that year. And so that was that was a rough one. That was a rough first year here.
Wow.
Yeah, I still think about it a lot, and I just think I could have really brought something special to that.
To the Onion.
To the Onion. I had, yeah, whatever. It's fine. I'm over it. Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, it was tough. It was tough at first. Luckily, I had like my little support network of friends, and we were, you know, going to each other's improv shows and one man shows, and it was around that time when Josh Myers, who's the brother of Seth Meyers, kind of said, hey, we should do it like a show together, a 2-man show. And so we wrote a show. And this is back when like literally like every building you walked into in Los Angeles, someone was doing a 1 or 2-man show. Like at this time, like 2001, like just, it was the era of just like, can you come to my 1-man show? And so we did like a show, like a little sketch show together. And our friend Nicole Sullivan was on MadTV, and she told the producers they should see this, and they saw it. And then we got to audition for MadTV. But that was after like a year. That was after a year and a half of being a busboy and like just nothing going on, and just really being like, did I make the right decision?
And during that year and a half, but it sounds like, I mean, you were still productive. I mean, you were writing sketch comedy, you were writing your own shows. Even if you only had an audience of 5, you were still writing stuff and doing stuff.
Yes. I have a lot of friends who ask me, hey, they ask for advice. They're moving to LA, and what's the advice? And I think the only advice I can give people is just like, don't be passive. Don't just sit and wait. Even if you're just an actor and that's all you do, you're a brilliant actor. Don't just be like, someone needs to cast me. You know what I mean? Like, show them why. Make a video. You know what I mean? Do something. Write a play. Write a monologue. Do something. It will help you with your craft, but it will also get eyes on you. Someone can possibly see you. Otherwise you're just sitting and waiting. So that's, after a little while of just sitting and waiting and being like, nothing's happening, no one is calling, writing with my friends and putting this show on and trying to get a little creative definitely saved us, like 100%. Otherwise, who knows? Like, if we never wrote the show, they would never come see it. We'd never get casted on MadTV, and then it's like, who knows?
When you got that job on MadTV, I mean that's pretty significant. I mean, you were young, and it was a show that had an audience, and it was on television. So, that's a big deal, right? I mean that was a huge break for you.
Yeah, I was over the moon. I had always wanted to be on Saturday Night Live. Like, I remember when I was a kid watching like Eddie Murphy on Saturday Night. Like, I loved SNL, and I was hoping to kind of, every year SNL has like a big batch of auditions, and I was like, oh, I'll audition for SNL this year. But MadTV kind of called, and so exciting at first. Like, first of all, like to go from bussing tables to like being on a TV show is just like lotto winner. And it was fun. I got to see how a TV show is made. I had no idea. Like, I didn't know what a mark was when I got there. I had nothing. And, you know, we had great creative people in that show, fantastic writers, some phenomenal cast members. And they were pretty generous, I think, letting me write and bring them ideas. And, hey, what if we do this sketch? They were just very nice about it. And so I was thrilled. Like, it was very, very, very cool. I was making late night TV money, which meant I could like afford a blazer, you know what I mean? And like I could go to dinner and not have to like check my bank account before I went. So it was pretty nice. And yeah, then eventually, like later years into it, I started getting maybe a little restless.
Yeah. I mean, this was also, I mean, obviously part of the show's taped, but part of it is in front of a live audience.
Yes.
So, so there were, you know, the taped set bits, like you could redo them.
Yep.
But the live stuff, like, that's it. You've got to make it work.
Yeah. I loved it. That was a good thing about Boom Chicago, right? Is it's a live theater in front of a lot of people. And you can survive in Chicago, being a performer in Chicago. Just like, I think before I went to Boom Chicago, a lot of times I would kind of be on the sideline, kind of jumping in and making a quick, funny comment, being a little more sarcastic, being a little more guarded, not putting myself out there as much. And Boom Chicago is like, you're going to get out there and you're going to do a improvised rap song about a person in the front row. And again, that whole thing of like, I had multiple times at Boom Chicago where it was the Hindenburg and just like utter devastation. And then I would go out the next night and do well and feel great. So the live of it all at MadTV was like, that was where I felt like I scored. We're kind of coming in a sketch. And a lot of times I'm playing, you know, like a straight man to like whatever, one of the crazy characters on the show. But I loved the live taping nights. It was really, it was fun. It just, yeah, it's, if you work on a TV show, it's very hard to want to work anywhere else ever again, just because it's very fun and it's just a lot of people coming together to do it. And it's great.
If you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire episode, click right here.